what's up.
Hi, YouTube.
Stop. I don't want to do that. They caught me on the tail and I'm shaking my.
This is Maddie. What's up?
Yeah.
Hi, YouTube. Good morning and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maddie Michelson. I am an IFBB Bikini Pro and an integrative health and wellness coach, as well as a contest prep coach. I am the head coach and founder of the MPowered Coaching Collective. You guys can check out our new website down below, www.empoweredcoachingcollective.com. My hair is doing something crazy today. I got the new, it's made by Dyson. It's like a Dyson Air Straight and it doesn't use any heat and I'm obsessed with it. But clearly I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my hair. It's gonna look different on Friday. So the next YouTube video that's posted, I'm probably gonna be a brunette, you guys. I'm thinking about going back, crazy. But wanted to show you guys a really little fun video today. I am in a calorie deficit now. Different calorie deficit from what I'm conventionally used to in like a prep, where my macros are gonna get really steep and my cardio is gonna get really high. I started with 10 minutes of cardio daily. I did have 2 like untracked or just loosely tracked days. Chris and I had a date night that we had planned for a while and wound up getting ice cream. And then a couple days later, we were out literally all day long and went to some really good fresh seafood place. And then I had ice cream that night. So did I really wind up in a deficit last week? Probably not, right? This is huge for those of you who want to get into a deficit, especially right now as like spring is springing and we're kind of like getting our focus on the summer. It's really, really important that if you actually want to see the results, that you are going to be able to commit yourself to the full 7 days unless you are given like a refeed or an untracked meal. And the reason for that is because you'll work your butt off, right? Monday to Friday. And then if you allow yourself to even have a little bit of flexibility, that little bit of flexibility really translates into a lot of bit of flexibility for your body. And that's when you start to not see results. So I'm just kicking off my morning here. I just made my little, I haven't fully mixed it yet, but I've got my GI Revive, my colostrum. This is my Premier Research Labs. I love this company. They're incredible. They're linked in my Fullscript, but they're grass-fed bovine colostrum. And then lately, I have also started taking organ supplements, as Chris and I have just really dialed in on the whole animal-based diet thing. So I'll show you what I'm eating all day today in a deficit. But Pure American Liver is one of them. Also taking her package and then taking the joint strength and repair. Not really because I have poor joints or poor joint health. I'm sure it's good for that, but more so because it's great for connective tissue and thyroid health. So this one's got collagen, it's got bioactive peptides, and then chondroitin sulfates, and then bone marrow. This one has uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries, as well as liver and kidney. And then this one, of course, is just the American grass-fed liver. Stay tuned for lunch, though. My lunch recipe is crazy. Chris is like the best cook. So I'm gonna get breakfast together and show you guys what I'm having, and then I'll tell you guys the macros of that too. Okay, so what you can see here is I have my breakfast. This breakfast, along with 2 blue eggs, some egg whites, feta cheese, and mushrooms, is 39 grams of carbs, 21 grams of fat, and 40 grams of protein. This is the Good Culture cottage cheese. These are the Trader Joe's chicken maple breakfast sausages. They look just like this. They're fully cooked. I love them. This is a fermented kimchi that I get from the fresh market. Looks a little bit different from maybe what you're used to seeing when you look at kimchi. It just doesn't have all the sugar in it, and that's why I like it the most. And then my favorite of all, these are the reason why my eggs are so yellow, and I love that. These are the True Blue Vital Farms eggs. I have a couple old ones in here, but they're actually blue eggs. So this is breakfast. I like to start breakfast with about 500 calories. I find that when you start your day with a 500 calorie breakfast, it really helps to just keep you from being food focused throughout the day. I used to be one that kind of macro hoarded and really like made it the process of dieting harder for myself throughout the day, because I would just save food for night. And honestly, then I would wind up way too full. I'd be laying in bed feeling like, ugh, I don't feel good. Why do I do this? But we do it because we're scared we're gonna be hungry. If you're dieting, you're probably gonna be hungry, but actually reverse psychology yourself. Eat more calories in the morning. It's gonna keep blood sugar more stable. It's gonna keep your cortisol low. And especially breakfast like this with about 20 grams of fat. My fats are right now at 55 grams. So I have, over half of my fats first thing in the morning. All right, hello YouTube. My hair is cray cray. I just got back from both Pilates, and then I had an hour-long meeting with a client of mine and a walk with Ding Dong. But yeah, so I just have some wild fork octopus in here. It's already pre-cooked, 3.5 ounces of that. And then my lovely boyfriend actually made these meatballs for us this last week. It's venison and liver. He took beef liver and he chopped them up really small. An egg, a blue egg, of course, and then garlic and Parmesan cheese. And then he basically just baked them in the oven, and they are amazing. Liver is a huge component of the animal-based diet, and organ meat. Tons of health benefits to that. So I have all my meat portioned out in here now. And then while I was on my meeting, I actually pre-cooked in advance some zucchini and butternut squash, just with some garlic salt. And that is going in right now. And then I'm going to add to this just a little bit of ghee. And then my lunch will be done. All right, so here you have it. This is the meal with all heated up with the ghee. My boyfriend did make this sauce right here. It's just blended cottage cheese, a little bit of A2 milk, garlic, black pepper, and pink Himalayan salt. So I'm probably just gonna add a tablespoon of this on top. I did just track it as cottage cheese. Again, I'm not in a prep style cut. This is a lifestyle cut, okay? So just gonna add a little bit of this for flavor, and then this will be the meal. This is meal number 2, and I'll see you back here again for snack. All right, hi, it is afternoon. I'm working through the remainder of my check-ins and having a little cup of coffee. I make my coffee right there in that little coffee maker. It's Ninja, and like Ninja products are just the absolute best. This is the half and half that I use. It is the A2 half and half. For those of you who know me, know that I do not digest A1 protein very well. I'm so excited because tomorrow Chris comes home and he is bringing home all the guys at the station. They're so funny, like with the things that they do and like eat and stuff. They really do surprise you. They throw you for a whirlwind. He's got a guy at the station who has a wife who's really into like all this stuff, and they have a cow in like Denver where they get raw milk. So Chris is bringing home raw milk. He just texted me. He's like, yeah, the guy who I'm getting it from, his name's Sam. He's like, Sam got me a dispenser for the top of the lid so we can pour the raw milk out. I'm like so excited, but it's A2 milk. So we'll be having that for our creamies, which will be really cool to kind of make a creamy with. But in the meantime, me, coffee, and client check-ins. Okay, next up is my tried and true yogi bowl. It looks so good. It's just blueberries, whole milk, A2 probiotic yogurt. There's not like any amount of like high protein in it. It's literally just plain whole milk A2 yogurt, Bulgarian style. I've got raspberries, 65 grams, blueberries, and then I added some Manuka honey. It's more expensive, but this is really, really good for your immune system. And right now Chris is sick, so I'm just trying to support my immune system the best way I know how. And then some Jacobsen Pure Flake sea salt. It's like a thicker, coarser flake. I put this in our creamies as well.
super great on yogurt. If you guys are not salting your yogurt bowls, do it. You will not regret it. Macros for this, in case you're wondering, are 27 carb, 6 fat, and 7 protein.
I just got back from cardio downstairs. I did 20 minutes on the stairs. Lately, I started with 10 got too easy, increased it to 15. I'm now at 15 minutes, but I did the stairs downstairs today, and I just want to talk a little bit for a second on like, when you feel like something's easy, it probably is, right? So I have an athlete right now that's in prep, and she said, you know, she's really struggling mentally with like feeling like she's doing enough, feeling like she's, you know, meeting all of her like targets and actionables, and she's wondering if what she's doing is enough. And I think that we all struggle with this at times, and I want to discuss what I discussed with her, which is when you're feeling that way, right? Like, we are our own harshest critic. You have to go inwards and you have to ask yourself, like, am I following every single protocol to a T, right? This applies to even if you're given like an untracked meal or a refeed. Like, do you take it? When you're in the gym, right? Sometimes when you're in prep, you actually have to pull back. But if you're following your protocol, you're doing the right thing. Now, there's also those moments where maybe our, you know, conscious brain is telling us you're not doing enough, and you're not doing enough because you're selling yourself short. Today's cardio session was an example of that. I could have stopped at 15 minutes, which is when I usually stop. But I was downstairs at my apartment gym. The Stairmaster is way easier, way easier. I could see on my watch that my heart rate wasn't getting as high. So I bumped it up to 20 minutes, and it probably still wasn't as tough as my cardio is at the gym. But I had to get off because I have a meeting here in a minute. But I just wanted to discuss that. Like, go inwards, ask yourself if what you're doing is enough. And a lot of times it is going to be enough, and you're probably just your harshest critic. But sometimes you might actually be, that might be your conscious brain telling you, no, if you stop right now, you know damn well that this Stairmaster is not as hard as the one you're usually on. So push yourself a little harder. But now that we're done pushing ourselves, I'm home, and I have been using these electrolytes. These are the Nectar electrolytes. Literally all they contain is the flavor, organic, like orange, potassium citrate, non-GMO citric acid, calcium citrate, magnesium citrate, Himalayan sea salt, and stevia. That is it. I like them. They've only got 100 milligrams of sodium. So I'll do one of those for a little bit of flavor. And then as of lately, because I have been adding back in cardio and doing a little bit more of it, I will do like 2/3 of a packet of LMNT. And that's that. So I have that in my water bottle right now. I'm going to sip on that while I do this call, and I'll see you guys for dinner. Oh, hello. I just finished. Hi, baby. Little baby boy down here, Bradley. I just finished showering. I look like a crazy lady, but I just got done making my dinner. So this is not for you, mister. He drools all over the place. It's the greatest thing. Look at him. Look at him. You think that food's for you, don't you? It's not. Well, anyways, I just finished making my dinner. Want to give you guys some pro tips here. So if you saw some of my recent videos, you would see that I will typically put things in the air fryer and then go do another task. This is how I do all of my meals, even my breakfast, honestly. So tonight I've got butternut squash and sliced yellow squash and zucchini. Those are the veggies. Yellow squash and zucchini are the veggies that are allowed on the animal-based diet. I have 2 ounces of kimchi. Kimchi's allowed in moderation if you don't have any sort of like aversions to fermented foods. And then I have the lean sirloin from Trader Joe's here. Big time-saving tip. I actually cooked this earlier in the week, and then I froze it. I cooked it in the air fryer, and then I froze it in like gallon-sized bags. And you can absolutely do that. You can freeze it and then just re-thaw it out cooked. We do that with Bradley's food all the time. But top this with date syrup. I love date syrup. I've been able to find it at the fresh market, but that's a moot point. I want to discuss with you guys 2 key tips for fat loss. Number 1, whether you're in a fat loss phase or not, make sure that when you are logging your meats in MyFitnessPal, do not log 4 ounces of chicken and then enter or measure out that amount. If you're logging 4 ounces of chicken tenderloins or 6 ounces of lean sirloin from Trader Joe's, that is the raw measurement, okay? If you log Trader Joe's red Argentinian shrimp and the way that you buy that shrimp and take it home is in a frozen measurement, that is the red Argentinian shrimp weighed out frozen for the nutrition label. The nutrition label is correlated with how that food is bought off the shelf. So for example, with the sirloin steak, I know, and I've cooked enough of it now, that when you cook it, it loses about an ounce, okay? So what that means is if I enter and log 6 ounces of sirloin steak, I usually measure out about 4.7 ounces because it loses just over an ounce when I cook it. And this is pretty consistent across the board. However, you can also find cooked entries for things like 96-4 beef or 90-10 beef or 90-10 ground turkey. So make sure that you're actually finding an entry that matches the way that you're preparing the food, or if you're in a prep, you do what I used to do, or if you're in a fat loss phase and you calculate the moisture loss, okay? So if you are logging red Argentinian shrimp, you would measure that out frozen. You can either cook a singular portion for yourself, or if you're cooking it for something like your family, you would measure it before, you would measure it after you calculate that rate of loss. That way your inputs in MyFitnessPal are accurate. If you want more info on that, head over to my Instagram page, shoot me a DM, and I would be happy to explain it to you because it set so many people back. The other thing that I want to discuss is tonight at 6:39. If you've watched some of my full days of eating, you know that I'm notorious for a late night dinner. But in fat loss, the one thing that will always set you back is eating too late at night, that keeping you up. You know, eating late into the night is not going to contribute to more fat loss. Women think that it causes more fat loss because the scale goes up the next day. No, it doesn't. You ate later at night, you have more food volume in your stomach, hence the scale is at a higher number the next day. You didn't gain body fat because you ate late at night, all right? But it can keep you up. If your stomach is busy trying to digest food, it's gonna keep you awake. So one of the most underrated, undersold, not talked about enough components of fat loss is getting 8 hours of sleep a night. I am working on that diligently right now. Chris and I are doing that together. So I'm getting in bed by 8 p.m. It is 6:39 right now. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna get a little bit more work done. I'm gonna turn my blue lights off. I'm gonna get my creamy, cook it, blend it up, show it to you guys, and then I'm gonna get my butt in bed. We finally made it to the end of the night. This is my favorite part of the night, and that is going in my room and eating my creamy. I'm so excited for this. What is in here is 2 cups of A2 2% milk. If you are going to be making a creamy with milk, you got to get one that has some fat in it. 2% is the way to go, or whole milk, but we're in a diet, yo. And then I chopped up 20 grams of dates. Don't measure your dates in units, right? All dates are different sizes. We don't discriminate, but it's important that you're measuring those in grams. So you'll see in here, I have like a half date. These are organic and they're from Trader Joe's. These are way better. And these are from Rancho Metalluco Date Farm. You find these at Walmart. These are so much better than the organic ones from Trader Joe's, but I digress. And then I sweeten my creamies with honey. Local honey is one of the greatest ways to prevent seasonal allergies. So get yourself some local honey. And then of course I use the Jacobsen flaky salt on the top, and it is so good. So good. So it is 7:34. I will be asleep by 8, and I'll talk to you guys when I see ya. All right, the macros for dinner were 39 carb, 7 fat, 40 protein. All right, macros for creamy were 41 carb, 10 fat, and 21 protein. So quite a bit of food to finish out the day. When I start pulling macros from my other meals, I will be pulling from the non-essential ones like creamy and just having less milk, no dates, and then pulling, from dinner. The only reason why you may want to have a little bit more food in the evening meals, particularly fats, not even food, is because for one, it keeps you satiated throughout the night, right? We like good sleep, good restful sleep is important. And for two, if you're somebody who gets up in the morning and can't really stomach a big breakfast, or you're going to train, that's usually when I'll have my clients do a little bit more carbs in the evening. That way their glycogen stores are nice and full for the morning and they don't have to eat as much. So I'm gonna go in bed and eat this. I hope you all are having a great cardio session or drive or dinner, wherever you're at, and I'll see you when I see you. Hi, good morning, YouTube. It is now the next day. It is Wednesday. We have like a rainy, kind of gloomy day here in St. Pete, but Chris is going to be coming home and I have made both of us breakfast. So I wanted to show you guys what I'm cooking up for us today, maybe kind of turning this into, we'll see how consistent I can be with it, a 2-day full day of eating, because obviously we eat different things every single day. So without further ado, I'll show you breakfast, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of dive in and get started for the day on work. Okay, so this is our breakfast for the day. I have 2 blue eggs here with some bell pepper and the unexpected cheddar chicken sausage, grass-fed cheddar cheese, and then this is A2 full-fat yogurt with some honey, banana, the pine berries, which is like the lighter color strawberries, and then my favorite right now, the Saturn peaches from Trader Joe's. And then if you guys were wondering, the macros on this meal is 22 fat, 32 protein, and 60 carb.
All right, so we're moving on to lunch. Macros for this are 38 carb, 12 fat, and 34 protein. This is just the lean stew meat from Trader Joe's. About 10 grams of ghee, because this is pretty lean, obviously. I air fry this. I actually froze it and then I reheated it. Not my favorite, but it works. Kimchi, butternut squash, and zucchini. And this will be it until my pre-workout meal.
Okay, hello, I'm back. And this is my measly, sad little pre-workout. I'm actually gonna attempt legs today on this, so we'll see how that goes, but it's gonna be worth it because tonight we have Korean barbecue bowls and they're very high carb. So pre-workout snack, you suck. And it's literally Greek yogurt and honey, very little honey, and strawberries. And then of course flaky salt, because flaky salt is for OGs. Okay, 13 measly carbs. Every single carbohydrate in here is gonna be used for fuel. 5 fat and 15 protein. And I haven't had a coffee, so I'm gonna make myself a coffee to go with this. That'll help, that'll help. And then I'll see you guys after legs for Korean beef bowls. Hello YouTube, welcome back to my kitchen. It is now nighttime. We've been slaving in the kitchen. It's 8:33 and my slaving has paid off, because look at this Korean barbecue beef bowl that I just made. It's got sweet potatoes, avocado, green onion, a homemade, look at my hair. Let's talk about my hair. I can't even take myself seriously. A homemade Korean barbecue beef sauce, bell pepper, a fried egg courtesy of the chef, Chris. Avocado, little carrots. Look at how I did these carrots. And then look at how I did these Persian cucumbers. Anyways, it's 555 calories, okay? Macros are 63 protein, 18 fat, and 63 carb, 18 fat, and 36 protein. I had the most epic leg day. Fun fact. I went down to the gym, or to the parking garage, and I turned on my car, ding ding, and PSI, front right tire, 7. Siete. So panicked for a moment. My lucky duck, my lovely duck Christian, came back to rescue me. Was unsuccessful on the rescue because he left to go play pickle, and Then I called OnStar or BMW, and they came and they rescued me. Well, Andres, I think that was his name, or Lavaro, came to rescue me. I went down to the gym, had the most epic leg day, got on the Stairmaster. We took the king himself for a walk and brushed him. So now he has a whole new coat and he's sleeping over there so peacefully. He was not so peaceful this afternoon. And now we have just an incredible dinner to have together. So this is Den. I'll show you guys dessert. You already know what's coming, and I'll talk to you real soon. Everybody, Chris is gonna make his glorious debut here. He's coming, but he's coming with a surprise. He's not coming empty-handed, because who does that? Chris came home today with none other than
some actual 100% raw milk. Now I got this from a buddy of mine at work. Said it's really good for you because the cooking process cooks out a lot of the good bacteria. This has all the good bacteria. So we tried it. I got a little nauseous the first time. I think it was in my head, but we're loving it. It's going well.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Can I try it from your glorious mug? I love that every time you go to, we have so many mugs in there, and you always pick this one.
That's my favorite. It's got a good ratio of weight for some reason.
A good ratio of weight.
It appeases
All
me.
right, well, here goes nothing.
What do you think?
It kind of tastes sweet. The first time that I had that little sip, I didn't taste any sweetness, but I taste sweetness this time.
It's probably some of the Buddha that rose to the top.
Booter. Have you guys seen that Amish lady on TikTok that talks about the booter? Now we can't say it any differently, but this is raw milk. This is part of one of the staples of the animal-based diet. So I'm really grateful that Chris has some interesting friends at the fire department and that he's so into this animal-based thing with me. You're the best. Here's your
Thank you. I appreciate it.
all right, time for dinner. See you guys soon. All right, YouTube, we are capping off the night with our nightcap. This is what Chris and I do every single night that he's not on shift, and there's no one else I'd rather share a creamy with. Mm-hmm. We make our creamies, and then we go lay in bed and yap, and we make our creamies with A2 milk, well, raw milk, starting this week, and dates, and flaky salt. Look, he's eyeing that creamy. I wish you would look at me like you look at the creamy.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
A bite for the tube.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's good.
I crave these. Amazing.
You heard it here first. Talk to you guys soon. Hi, YouTube. All right, it's the next day. Look, my couch exists without a dog. Bradley's with his grandparents today. But it is the next day, and I'm going to get to editing on this video before the weekend. So I hope that you guys enjoyed these full 2 days of eating and got some good tips. I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling all the feels and the hunger, but we're staying busy, we're staying positive, and we're staying excited about the results of this little mini cut. So stay tuned for our updates. Next week will be a podcast episode that gets released, so be sure to go over to The Psyche Behind the Physique and check out our latest podcast episode. It is such a gift to be able to make these videos for each and every one of you and to have you guys tune in every other week. Until then, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Be sure to stay kind to one another and don't leave yourself out of that mix. If any of you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, the link is always down below to apply, or you can check us out on our new website, www.empoweredcoachingcollective.com. And if you haven't already, head over to my Instagram page. I would love to put a face to your name and to meet you one-on-one. My Instagram is @MadsMitchieFitness. Have a great week, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.